welcome back to Cloveriness. My name is Michelle and today I want to talk to you about a book that I am so excited about. Oh my god guys, I just read The Falconer by Elizabeth May and I loved it so much. It has been a really long time since a book like this has come into my life where it's incredibly exciting and addictive and action-packed and has the best characters ever, and I just want more of absolutely everything. That's really what I felt like when I was reading this book. I wanted more about this Scottish setting, I wanted more of the historical detail, I wanted more world building of these fairy creatures, I wanted more of the main character, I wanted more of her, you know, interactions with all of the people in her life. I just want more, and it is going to be such a long, difficult wait to get my hands on the second book in this series. Okay, so The Falconer is this historical fantasy book. It's set in Scotland in 1844, I believe, and the main character is Ileana. I hope I'm saying Ileana's name correctly. And she is this well-off young woman. Her parents were titled whatever, I don't really know, so she kind of is stuck in this high society sort of thing where she must attend balls and dress correctly and have her reputation intact and all of these different politeness and everything. And it's all so restricting to her, as not long ago her mother died brutally before her and it changed Ileana completely. You know, gone is this girl who is interested in getting married in the pretty dresses and going along with her parents' plans for her, and in her place is this amazing, strong woman who is filled with grief over her mother, but that grief turns to rage and anger, and she wants vengeance on the fairy that killed her mother, and she will do absolutely anything to get to that point. I absolutely loved Ileana so much. I love how she is so focused on this one thing, but also, you know, she is quite a kick-ass character. She knows how to use crossbows and different blades and fighting, and you know, she's very competent at what she does, but she also can see that, you know, there are different flaws and imperfections and weaknesses to her, and I love that she is this character who isn't perfect at all. You know, she's so set on revenge that it changes her into this person that she is, and she sees how broken and sort of twisted this anger has made her, but she can see that and she accepts that is who she has become. I really loved her. You know, she goes to these balls and there's just, she has to hold back so much on what she's thinking and what she says and does, and it was just really interesting to see how this full of life character has to be restricted, not only like with corsets and ball gowns and things, but also with what, you know, is required of her. I really loved her character so much. I loved that she has this great friendship with, I think her name is Caroline, her best friend, and through Caroline we can see how much Ileana has changed after the death of her mother. My favorite character is I think, between the three main male characters. There's Derek, a pixie that lives in Ileana's dressing room and mends her clothes. He's He's quite protective and loyal of our main character, but he also really loves honey, and he provides a lot of humor to the book, and I think that was really necessary. I also really loved Caroline's older brother Gavin, who makes an appearance towards the second half of the book. Enjoyed hearing Gavin's story and the way that he enters and sticks around into Ileana's life. And of course there's also Kieran. He is the source of all of Ileana's knowledge and training. He has been working with her for the past year to hone her skills and her strength. And some of my favourite interactions between Ileana and Kieran is when she forgets that Kieran is Fae and tries to see more humanity and honour in Kieran than there is. Loved their relationship together. I want to see more of it. I want to see more of her relationships with Derek and Gavin and her best friend. Just, I loved this book so much. I love that this is set in Edinburgh and there's mention of specific places there. I love that it has an element of steampunk to it, in which yes, it is historical, it's fantasy, but there's also this aspect of Ileana making different gadgets and weapons, and there's this like helicopter type thing that she's made herself and going around. I just really enjoyed this novel so much. I'm so excited to read more in this series. Now, the only negative aspect of the book that I found is that I wanted the ending to be a little bit more emotional than it was. The tension and the emotion and everything, it sort of builds up to this like peak, and instead of it being a peak, it kind of, for me, it felt a little bit flat. But even so, because of the events that occurred and because I love the world building, the actual Scotland setting, the characters, my god, the characters, and the relationships, I'm always gonna be super excited to read the sequel. If you've not yet read The Falconer, I urge you to go and pick up a copy. Do it now. And then come back and then we can talk about it, because I would love that. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.